Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Learn. This is your online classroom. My name is Ajay. How are you? I hope you are fine and I hope you are using this platform to continue learning. Today we start our journey with parts of speech in English. This chapter is a part of CCP first semester syllabus. Let's begin our lesson with quick introduction of parts of speech. In the following lessons, we learn more in detail about each part of speech. So, what is a part of speech? How many parts of speech are there in English? So, before that, let us sing a song about the parts of speech. A noun is the name of a thing, as a school, a garden, a kite, or a king. Adjective tells the kind of noun, as a great, small, pretty, white, or brown. Instead of nouns, the pronouns stand he, she, it, I, you, will, they, all in hand. Verbs tell us of something being done: to read, count, laugh, cry, or run. How things are done, the adverbs tell: slowly, quickly, very, or well. A conjunction joins the words together, as men and women, wind and weather. The preposition stands before a noun, as in near or through a door. The interjunction shows surprised, as ha, oh, ha, how wise. These are the 8 parts of speech which reading, writing, speaking teach. Okay, what is the part of speech? Yes, part of speech is a name given to a word based on its job in a sentence. For example, now I am a teacher. Sometimes I am a student. Sometimes I am a father. Sometimes I am a son. Like I do different jobs in different situations. Like that, a word, the job of a word in a sentence is called part of speech. So, how many parts of speech are there in English? Yes, you have read the poem. So, there are 8 parts of speech: noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjunction. Okay, how many parts of speech are there? 8 parts of speech. What are those? Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Interjection. Okay, right. So we will begin today's lesson with noun in detail. In the following lessons, we learn in more in detail about remaining parts of speech. Okay, let us move to noun. What is a noun? What are nouns? So what is a noun? A noun is a naming word. What is a noun? Yes, noun is a naming word. It denotes the names of a person, place, thing, language, bird, animal, insect, creature, day, month, river, hill, mountain, branch of knowledge, quality, concept, idea, emotion, thought, or anything that exists. So, noun denotes a name. Noun is a basically a naming word. It denotes the names of everything what that exists. Okay, keep in mind, noun is a naming word. It denotes the names of anything that exists. So, how many kinds of nouns are there? Let us see. There are different kinds of nouns. They are classified as proper noun and common noun. So, basically, two kinds of nouns. Those are proper noun and common noun. Let us go in go into more details. So, what is a proper noun? Yes, Proper noun refers to a specific person, place or thing. Here, proper noun refers to a specific name that of a person, place or a thing. For example, Ram, Siddharth. These are the names of persons, specific persons. Ram and Siddharth. Hyderabad, Nalgonda. These are the names of places, specific names. English, Telugu. So like these are names of languages. Thursday, Friday. Today is Thursday, right? So these are names of day, specific names. December, July, August, like these are names of specific names of months. Philosophy is a specific names of subject. The Krishna, the Godavari, the Sarayu, like specific names of rivers. The Nilagiris, the Himalayas, these are the specific names of hills or mountains. Like a proper noun refers to a specific person, place or object. Okay, right. Next, let's go into common noun. A common noun refers to a general class of person, place or object. For example, father is a general class of person. Father, student, teacher, not specific. Observe the difference between proper nouns and common nouns. Proper noun and common noun. So, common noun is general class of person, place or object. Father, writer, these are general nouns, not specific. Student, teacher, city, town, language, day, month. Day, for example, 7 days are there. Month, 12 months are there, both in Telugu and English. Subject, number of subjects are there in general. Okay, river, number of mountains are there, not in specific. In specific, it comes under proper noun. Mountain, number of mountains are there. Like these are in general. Capital, animal, bird, state, person, player, book, ball, etc. Thus, common noun refers to a general class of person or place. Next, identify the proper noun and common noun in the following sentences. So, read the sentences. There are 4 sentences are there. Take a minute and read the sentences. Identify what is proper noun and what is common noun. Hyderabad is the best city to live in first sentence. What is proper noun and what is common noun? Identify. Cities are generally more crowded than villages. Third one, Hyderabad is located in the state of Telangana. James Thurber was a well-known short story writer. Okay, have you identified? Yes. The first sentence, Hyderabad is the best city to live in. Hyderabad, that is proper noun, a specific name of city, name of place. Hyderabad is a proper noun. City is general, number of cities are there. City is general, so common noun. Next, coming to second sentence, cities are generally more crowded than villages. Here observe, cities and villages both are common noun, not specific. Okay, common noun. Okay, next, Hyderabad is located in the state of Telangana. Here what are the nouns here? Hyderabad and Telangana are the nouns in the sentence. Okay, both are proper nouns, specific nouns. Okay, proper nouns, specific names. Next, in the last sentence, James Thurber was well-known short story writer. Okay, observe how many nouns are there? Yes, 2 nouns, James Thurber and writer. Here James Thurber is a specific name of a person, so that is proper noun. Writer, that is a general. general noun. So that is comes under common noun. Next, let's move to common nouns. Common nouns on form can be divided into two categories. Coming to common nouns uh, again can be divided into different parts. So one is based on the form, the another one is based on the meaning. Let us see thus. The first one, common nouns based on form can be divided into two categories. Again, nouns we have seen two categories, proper noun and common noun. Coming to common noun, again based on form it can be divided into two categories. First one is countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Second one, okay. Again, common noun based on form can be divided into two categories. Note it down: countable noun and uncountable nouns. So what is countable noun? Countable nouns are people, objects, etc., which can be counted. This comes under countable nouns. Any noun, people or objects which can be counted, that comes under countable noun. Any common noun which can be counted, that comes under countable nouns. Okay. Countable nouns can have singular or plural. Again, two categories in countable nouns. Okay. Common nouns can be divided into two parts based on the form, as we have seen in the previous slide. Okay. Common nouns can be divided into two: countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Again, in countable nouns can be divided into two: singular, plural. As you know, singular, plural. For example, boy, boys. Boy is a singular, boys plural, more than one. Okay. Girl, girls. City, cities. Foot, feet. Tooth, teeth. Teeth is a plural of tooth. Okay, not tooths. Okay, like foot, feet. Tooth, teeth. Okay, mouse, mice. Man, men. Woman, women, etc. Okay. Next, let us move to countable nouns. Countable nouns can be counted in numbers. Always keep in mind, countable nouns can be counted in numbers. For example, one goal, 28 days time, 23 video lectures with PPTs, one lecture, 6 to 7 hours time. Again, read this: one goal, 28 days time, 23 video lectures with PPTs, one lecture, 6 to 7 hours time. Observe how the nouns are counted in numbers. Okay, goal is one. What is time? 28 days time. Time is a noun. Okay. Next, video lectures, that is also noun. 23 lecture, that is also noun, common noun. Okay, one lecture, 6 to 7 hours time. Okay. Observe how countable nouns can be counted in numbers. Okay. Let's move to uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are concepts, substances, etc., which cannot be divided into separate individual elements. Always keep in mind, uncountable nouns cannot be divided into separate individual elements. For example, water, milk, bread, oil. We can't count like one water, two water, three waters, one milk, two milk, three milk, like that. Okay, but we can. Uncountable nouns have no plural forms: milk, rice, oil, etc. However, they can be counted, they can be quantified with the addition of countable nouns. Okay. Uncountable nouns have no plural forms: milk, no milks, no rices, no oils, like that. Okay. No no plural form, sorry, Only countable nouns can be divided into two categories, as we have seen just before. Countable nouns are two forms, singular and plural. Coming to uncountable nouns, they have no plural forms. Milk, only milk, not milks. Rice, only rice, not rices, like that. Okay, but uncountable nouns can be quantified with addition of countable nouns. For example, but they can be counted with use of countable nouns. For example, in a glass of water, water is an uncountable noun, but it can be counted by using the countable nouns. A glass of water, two glasses of water, like that. Not waters, two waters, three waters, four waters, not like that. A glass of water, like a glass of. And 1 liter of milks, not one milk, two milk, three milk. 1 liter of milk, that is measurement using the countable nouns. Okay, 1 liter. Next, 2 loaves of bread. Okay, 2 loaves, 2 pieces of bread, like. Or bottle of 3 bottles of oil, not 3 oil, 4 oil, 5 oil, 3 bottles of water. That is about uncountable nouns. So what we have learnt up to now? Yes, nouns are the naming words. They can be divided into two categories. First one is proper noun, the second one is common noun. Proper noun for specific persons, common noun for general. Okay, general, name of thing, person, or any naming word. Again, coming to common nouns, they can be divided into two categories, countable nouns and uncountable nouns. These are all, this is a part of, these are based on form. Okay, common nouns based on form can be divided into two, countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Coming to countable nouns, they can count in numbers. Okay, they have two forms, singular and plural. Like, coming to uncountable nouns, which cannot be counted in numbers, so no plural form, but we can count them with the use of countable nouns. For example, as we have seen, a glass of water, 1 liter of milk, 2 loaves of bread. Okay, this is about uncommon nouns, different kinds of common nouns based on form. Let us move to another category, that is common nouns based on meaning are classified into four categories. Now we have seen common nouns based on form. Based on form, they can be divided into two categories, countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Coming to countable nouns, again singular or plural. Next, common nouns based on form can be divided into four categories, abstract nouns, concrete nouns, material nouns, and collective nouns. How many categories are there in common nouns based on form? Yes, based on form, common nouns can be classified into four categories. What are those? Yes, first one is abstract noun. Next one is concrete nouns. Next one is material noun. The last and fourth one is collective nouns. Okay, let us go into detail. First one, abstract nouns. Okay, what are abstract nouns? Abstract nouns refer to things that cannot be detected through our five senses. Always underline, abstract nouns refer to things that cannot be detected through our five senses. You know about five senses, but we cannot detect them through our five senses. Such things cannot be seen, eyes, cannot be heard, cannot be smelled, cannot be tasted, and cannot be touched. Those things comes under abstract noun. So this category is based on meaning. So these are all common nouns, but Again, in common nouns based on meaning, they can be divided into 4 categories. The first one is abstract noun. So abstract nouns refers to things that cannot be detected through our 5 senses. Those things cannot be seen, cannot be heard, cannot be smelled, cannot be tasted, and cannot be touched. Those common nouns are called abstract nouns. Abstract nouns name an idea, movement, quality, or concept. Keep in mind these 4 points. Abstract noun name an idea, movement, quality, concept, like that. For example, beauty. So what is beauty? Is a common noun. Can you touch? Can you see? No. Can we hurt? No. Can you taste beauty? No. Can we touch? No. Like beauty, curiosity, anxiety, love. Can we see love? No. Can we touch love? No. Like they cannot be detected through our senses. So these are comes under abstract nouns. Okay, beauty, curiosity, love, happiness, knowledge, wisdom, health. These cannot be detected through our senses. This cannot be seen. These cannot be heard. These cannot be smelled. These cannot be tasted, and these cannot be touched. So that's why these nouns are called as abstract nouns. Okay, next let us move to another part of common noun, that is based on meaning. What is the second one? Yes, that is concrete nouns. Concrete nouns refer to things that can be recognized through our senses. So, same, quite opposite to abstract nouns. These can be seen, heard, smelled, tasted, and touched. Okay, like these things, these concrete nouns. Concrete nouns means concrete nouns can be recognized through our senses, quite opposite to abstract nouns. Concrete nouns can be seen, can be heard, can be smelled, can be tasted, or can be touched. Concrete noun refers to physical objects that have mass. Okay, physical objects. We can touch, we can see, or we can smell, or we can taste, or we can touch. Okay, for example, ball, you can see, you can touch. Okay, water, you can see, you can taste. Okay, glass, you can touch, you can see, like you can see. Next, bridge, you can touch, you can see. Pen, like. So these are comes under concrete nouns. What is the difference between concrete nouns and abstract nouns? Abstract nouns cannot be recognized by our 5 senses, right? Quite opposite to abstract nouns, concrete nouns. These can be recognized or detected by our 5 senses. That is the difference between contract nouns, concrete nouns, and abstract nouns. Let us move to another one. What is that? Material nouns. Okay, material nouns. Material nouns refer to material or substances from which things are made, such as material. What is material nouns? Material nouns refers to a material. You know about metal, like metal is also a material or substance from which things are made, such as gold is a metal, that is a material noun, comes under material noun. Silver, that is a metal. Okay, that is comes under material noun. Iron, that is also a metal, that is comes under material noun. Earth, substance. Okay, that is a also a that is also comes under material noun. Mercury, substance. Okay, egg, that is also substance. Meat, honey, milk, these are all come under material nouns. Okay, material noun. Next, let us move to the last one. What is that? Yes, collective nouns. What is or what are collective nouns? What is a collective noun or what are the collective nouns? Collective nouns refers to a group of people, animal or things treated as a single unit. Okay, a group of people or group of things or group of animals treated as a single unit, thus comes under collective noun. Okay, for example, army. What is army? Army is a noun, that is a collective noun. Army means a group of soldiers, that is the army. Fleet, family, group of members or group of persons, family. But family is treated as a single one. Army is treated as a single unit. Same family, fleet, flock, bunch, team, committee, police, parliament, jury, etc. These nouns we treated as a single ones, but they refers to a group of people, a group of things, or group of some animals. Okay, army we treated as a single unit, but army means group of soldiers. Family, a group of people. Bunch, a group of keys, bunch of keys, a bunch of grapes we call. Team, a group of players. Fleet, a group of sailors. Like flock, a group of birds. Next, committee, a group of members. So next one, police, same, police means not a single one, group of persons. Parliament, that is also treated as a single unit, but a group of MPs, member of parliaments, group of members. Like jury, that is also treated as a single unit, but group of lawyers, judges, like that. So these are comes under part collective nouns. So some more examples on collective nouns. A pack of wolves. Wolf, you know about wolf. Wolf. Group of wolves called as a pack. Okay. A bouquet of flowers. Flower, one flower, two flowers. Group of flowers is called bouquet. A bouquet of flowers. That is a bouquet is a collective noun. That is a collection of flowers. Next one, a head of cattle. You know about cattle. So head of cattle. Cattle means a group of animals, that is called cattle. Group of cattle is called heads. That is a collective noun. Fleet or crew of sailors. Fleet or crew of sailors. Crew means a members in a boat. Sailors. Okay. Fleet, that is a collective noun of sailors. Next, stars, coming to stars, one star, two star, group of stars is we call it as galaxy or cluster. Cluster, galaxy of stars, that means group of stars. So these are some example of collective nouns. So let us revise what we have learned today's class. Okay, today we begin our class with parts of speech in English. This is the series of lectures on parts of speech. This is the first series. Okay, first we begin with our introduction of parts of speech. So for that we sang a song on about parts of speech. So what is the part of speech? Anyone? Yes. What is the part of speech? Yes, part of speech. The duty of the word in a sentence, that is the part of speech. So every sentence in a, sorry, every word in a sentence has its own duty. Okay, based on the duty, so we can call the sentence, we can call the word as a part of speech. Okay, how many parts are there in English? How many parts of speech are there in English? 8. Yes, 8 parts of speech are there in English. What are those? Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Okay, these are 8 parts of speech in English. So let us move to the summary of nouns. Today we started with nouns. So we are going to learn in detail of parts of speech, 8 parts of speech in the coming lessons. Today we started with noun. So noun, what is a noun? What is a noun? Yes, noun is a naming word. Naming word, names of person, places, things, or anything. Noun is a naming word. Again, nouns can be divided into 2 categories. What are those? Refer your notes. What are those? Yes, nouns can be divided into 2 basic: proper nouns and common nouns. Yes, proper nouns and common nouns. What is a proper noun and what is a common noun? What is a proper noun? Yes, proper noun means it names a specific person or specific place or specific thing. Okay, that is a proper noun. Specific name, name of person, or it may be place, it may be a thing, that comes under proper noun. For example, Sai. Okay, Sai, that is the name of a person. Sai, Ram, Siddharth, name of specific person. Okay, like Nalgonda, Hyderabad, that is specific name of town or city. Many cities are there. Hyderabad, that is a specific name of city. So Hyderabad comes under proper noun. Next, Nalgonda, number of cities are, number of towns are there in our state. Nalgonda is proper noun, proper specific town, Nalgonda. Like Arundhati Rai is the name of a person. It's a writer, but specific writer. Who is that? Arundhati Rai. So that name comes under proper noun. Now again move to common nouns. Common nouns means in general. For example, boy, number of boys are there. So one is Sai, one is Siddharth, one is Ram. Those are Sai, Siddharth, Ram are proper. Boy is common. Okay, like teacher, common. Common noun in general. We teacher, English teacher, Telugu teacher, social studies teacher, like mathematics teacher, like that is proper noun. Teacher is a common noun. Writer, okay, writer, that is also common noun. So in going to proper names, Arundhati Rai, that is a common. Writer Arundhati Rai is specific. Ramachandra Guha, that is a specific. Okay, Devadatt Patnaik, Amish Tripathi, these are all are writers, but the writer is a common noun. Amish Tripathi, Devadatt Patnaik, Arundhati Rai, these are Ramachandra Guha, these are proper nouns. So observe the difference between common noun and proper noun. Proper noun for specific person, specific place, or specific thing particular. Common noun are in general. Boy, students, student, teacher, writer, like. Okay, now let's move into common nouns. Again, common nouns can be divided into 2 categories based on form. Based on form, and we have seen common nouns can be divided into many kinds. First one based on forms, the second one is based on meaning. So let us see based on form. Common noun can be divided into two categories based on form. So based on form, common nouns can be divided into two categories. First one is countable nouns, the second one is uncountable noun. Okay, what is a countable noun? Yes, countable nouns can be counted in numbers, 1 2 3 like that. Countable nouns, those are countable nouns. And again, countable nouns can be divided into two categories, singular and plural. For example, boy is a singular, girl singular, boys, girls plural. We can count 1 boy, 2 boy, 3 boys, 40 girls are there, like that. We can count them. Again, they are singular and plural. Okay, 1 2, like 1 means singular, more than one comes under plural, boy boys, girl girls, man men. What is the plural form of man? Not mans, men, woman women, singular plural, like that. Next, so next one is uncountable nouns. Okay, based on form, common nouns can be divided into two categories, countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns can be divided into two, singular plural. Coming to uncountable nouns, we cannot count in numbers. For example, rice, milk, oil, water, we can't count in numbers, one water, two water, one rice, three rice, but we can count them. We have seen we can count them with countable noun, with addition of countable nouns. For example, one glass of water, a grain of rice, like, okay, 1 liter of milk, 2 liters of milk. Here we use 2 liters, 1 liter, these are comes under countable nouns. By using those countable nouns, we can count uncountable nouns also. Okay, basically rice, milk, water, these are comes under uncountable nouns. We cannot count separately, one rice, two rice, one milk, two milk, but we can measure them with using countable nouns. So as we see, 1 grain of rice, 1 liter of milk, like 2 liters of water or 2 bottles of water, same 2 liters of oil, like that we can count them. These are uncountable nouns. Okay, so nouns can be divided into two, proper nouns, common nouns. Again, common nouns based on the form can be divided into two categories, countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Next, countable nouns based on meaning can be divided into four categories. Four categories. What are those? Yes, abstract nouns, concrete nouns, material nouns, and collective nouns. Okay, abstract nouns. What are abstract nouns? Yes, abstract nouns that cannot be detected by our five senses. We cannot see abstract nouns, and we cannot touch, we cannot smell, we cannot taste it. Okay, and we cannot hurt, we cannot detected by our five senses. You know about our senses. Those nouns comes under abstract nouns. Abstract noun cannot be detected by our senses. They cannot be touched, they cannot be heard, they cannot be seen, they cannot be tasted, and they cannot be smelled. Like, for example, beauty, that means qualities, concepts comes under comes on this category. Beauty we cannot touch, we cannot see, we cannot heard, we cannot smell, or we cannot taste. Like beauty, truth, love, happiness. Okay, we cannot, we can feel but not, we cannot touch happiness. What is happiness? It cannot be detected by our five senses. We cannot see happiness, we cannot hear happiness, we cannot see, we cannot taste happiness, okay, we cannot touch it, we cannot hold it. So happiness comes under abstract nouns. Peace, that is also abstract noun. Now second category is concrete nouns. So what is the difference between abstract nouns and concrete nouns? Refer your notes what we have discussed earlier. Yes, the difference between abstract nouns, concrete nouns is abstract nouns we cannot be detected by our senses. Coming to concrete nouns is quite opposite to abstract nouns. We can recognize by our senses. That is the difference. Quite opposite. Concrete nouns are quite opposite to abstract nouns. For example, we can touch them, we can see them, we can hold them, we can smell them, and we can taste them. Like we can recognize by our five senses. Those come under abstract noun. These are quite opposite to concrete abstract nouns. Okay, abstract and concrete, difference between. Don't forget, abstract means they cannot be recognized. Concrete nouns, they can be recognized through our senses. Okay, for example, man, woman. So we can recognize by our senses. Man, we can see, we can hear, we can touch. Woman, water, glass, book, pen. Okay, like that. These are come under concrete nouns. Don't forget the difference between abstract nouns and concrete nouns. Abstract nouns cannot be detected. Concrete nouns can be recognized or can be detected by our five senses. Next one, material nouns. You know about metal, source. Okay, metal. Okay, gold, silver, these are metals, material nouns. Meat, okay, substance, egg, meat are substances. Okay, metal, substance, material nouns. Gold, silver, iron come under material nouns. Next one, collective nouns. We treat as a singular, but it's a group of people, group of person, group of animals, group of things, but we see as a singular. That is called as collective nouns. For example, mob. What is mob? Yes, group of writers or group of persons. Mob, group of people. Group, same. That is also we treat it as a group. One group, two group. But what is group means? Group is a collective noun. Group means a group of people, like more than one group of people. That is group. Team, a group of players. But team we take as a singular one. Okay, single unit. But team means a group of players. Okay, class. Class means a group of students. Class. Crew. Okay, or fleet, group of passengers. Crew. Okay, like that. These comes under collective nouns. Okay, today we focused on nouns. We begin with our lesson with parts of speech. We know about parts of speech. Okay, parts of speech, and 8 parts of speech are there in English. And today we focused on noun. Okay, noun means naming word. So we learn about nouns in detail today. Okay, so quick review once again. Yes, nouns can be divided into two: proper nouns and common nouns. Proper nouns means specific name. Common nouns means in general. Again, common nouns can be divided into two categories based on form. So that is uncountable and countable. Uncountable nouns can be counted in numbers. Those are countable nouns. Again, countable nouns can be classified into two: singular, plural. You know about that. Next, uncountable nouns we cannot count, but we can count them using a countable noun. As we have seen, a glass of water. Actually, water, milk, these are comes under these come under uncountable noun, but we can count them using countable noun. A glass of water, a liter of milk, a kg of sugar, like that. Okay. Next, again, common nouns can be divided into four categories. That is based on meaning. Earlier one is based on form. This one is based on meaning. Based on meaning, common nouns can be divided into four categories: abstract noun, concrete noun, material noun, and collective noun. So you know about abstract nouns. Abstract nouns means they cannot be detected by our senses. Those come under abstract nouns. Next, quite opposite to abstract nouns are concrete nouns. They can be detected or recognized by our senses. For example, man, woman, water, glass, book, pen. Next, coming to material nouns. Okay, material nouns, metal or substance, gold, silver, egg, meat. So those come under material nouns. The last category is collective nouns. Yes, collective nouns. So collective means a group of person, group of people, group of things, but we treat it as a single unit. For example, team is we treat it as a single unit. What is a team means? Group of players. Group means a group of person. Family we treat it as a single unit. One family, two families, like, but we treat it as a single. But what is family means? Group of persons, group of members, like mob, a group of people. Okay, class, group of students, like, these are collective nouns. So okay, well, again review your notes. In the next class where we are going to focus on pronouns. That is the second of parts of speech. Okay, before that you have to revise your syllabus, revise about nouns. We have learnt about them in detail. Okay, thank you very much.